Evolution is absolutely necessary if you want to survive. That's the natural process of life. At the end of the day, it's a longevity. Like, how do you keep that party going? You have no choice, you have to evolve. Everyone has their own way to evolve as an artist. This is the Steve Aoki way. Evolve, develop gradually, especially from a simple to a more complex form. When I moved to Santa Barbara, I went to school out there, and in the apartment, we put on shows for bands to come through, play, and sleep right on that dirty floor. We called it the Pickle Patch. That also gave me a lot of insight and connections with so many young artists and so many bands that were coming through that I could help develop. And the process was so exciting. It was such a vibrant, energetic environment for me to start a record label. I moved to LA in my early 20s. So what evolved was the college apartment where we had bands perform to what was these small bars, and we would play music to a very select crowd of people. I was putting out lots of indie music, indie bands like Block Party and The Kills, all kinds of bands. So if you wanted to hear that kind of music, you wanted to hang with people that love this kind of music, you would go to these DMAC parties. So the original idea for me DJing wasn't me to be the DJ, it was me to become the party promoter. I mean, at the end of the day, it's my responsibility to get these people in the room. The only time I could practice DJing was when I would get there before the bars open. So, I mean, I felt bad for anyone walking in when the doors opened because I was awful. And as I DJ'd more in Los Angeles, I started learning how to produce electronic music. So that was the next evolution for me, becoming a creator in that culture as well. So going from being a musician to becoming a producer. And I did that by remixing the bands on my label. I became obsessed with that, and all I would do is remix everything that I got my hands on. And by 2005, 2006, I mean, we were crushing it as a label. I'm about 27, 28 years old, and I look at my numbers. I didn't realize this, but I maxed out 10 different credit cards. I was over $100,000 in debt. And I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I almost was in denial when I was climbing to that debt. Like, the money's gonna come in from distribution and cover that, but it was never enough. My father, who was extremely successful as an entrepreneur and businessman, who lived a very lavish lifestyle, he would never throw a lifeline. That's just the principle of Rocky Aoki. He would never throw a lifeline. I think I'm on top of the world until I see this. And like, by public perspective, people think I'm crushing on life, but I'm really just 6 figures in debt. The lifeline for me at the time was something I didn't even realize. It was the $50 to $100 gigs I was making DJ. And I had this like, almost like a piggy bank of just dirty 10s and 20s, climbing up my fees from $100 to $200. Sometimes I make $800. And I'm doing 4 of these gigs a week. You add that up, you're gonna start chipping away at that $100,000, and that's what I ended up doing. Soon, by the time I was 29, I was debt-free. I paid off all my bills myself, which I'm very, very proud of. And at that point, I started making original music and spending more time in the studio and less time in the clubs. Then I was on my way making this evolution shift from just being a DJ to becoming an artist, something that would become my life's work moving forward. That leads me to 2010s, which was when my career really got to a place where I was just playing in front of thousands to 10,000s of people. It was no longer about DMAC being the breadwinner, but the DJing was the breadwinner. Neon Future 4, my album, will be dropping in April. All the Neon Futures before 1, 2, and 3, they pale in comparison to the depth and the breadth of what this album is all about. To me, chapters 1, 2, and 3 are chapters. This is a book.